All right, welcome back to the channel. Doing a video today on it's going to be a response video to Christelyn Karazin and her video entitled "Do Black Women Who Date Online, or Are Black Women Who Date Online Easy Prey for White Men?" She did the video in response to one of her subscribers, and I think it was question of the week. And I have a few comments on this. I just want to put my 2 cents in this. First of all, Christelyn she gave some pretty good advice, and it was a good video she had. What I want to add is that the subscriber of the week, Christelyn implied or read something to the effect of the woman expected white men to be different somehow. She didn't expect the responses she was getting online from these men. And a lot of people, I'm going to say they fall for this. A lot of people who date interracially fall for this belief, this idea, this myth, really, that somehow the grass is always greener on the other side. Sometimes the grass is the same color green. Sometimes you're trading problems, a certain set of problems and a certain set of circumstances for other problems. Now, there may be benefits to interracially dating and interracially dating online, but I just want to warn people: don't fall for this myth. It's not always better on the other side. People are people. People are influenced by the same media, same music, which is a form of media, movies, another form of media, and culture. So this black woman, she was finding that she was getting basically disrespected by these white men, because I'm just going to go ahead and say, because you're online, and the internet has somewhat of a sleazy connotation to it. That's just how it is. That's how it started. You remember how when the internet started up? I remember when it started up, and I remember how people used to date online, and then the online dating website started, and then the first social media sites started to come out, and people were ashamed to admit they met people online. And some people still may be that way, but I think it's kind of normalized now. But now online is more of it's more of like a hookup thing now. It's got a hookup, connotation to it. It's not a good, that's why some people go there, because there's anonymity. Not that regular dating doesn't have anonymity, but it just allows a greater level of anonymity. These people don't know your friends. These people don't know you. You can meet them in another city. So it just has this connotation of, sleaziness to it. Christelyn mentioned the idea of paid versus unpaid sites. I think she's right with that. But I will take it a step further and say, let me first back up and tell you what she said. Paid sites basically get you better results, and I agree with that. And I think you can look at this in terms of let's say the business world or the consultation world. We have people who will do, if you offer up free consultations, a lot of people will waste your time. But if you offer consultations and you start at a a good, a certain fee, which isn't too high, which isn't too low, you kind of weed people out. And I've heard certain business people and salespeople use this idea when they mention their business plans and consultations. I remember there was a class that this school was offering for free, and no one was showing up. No one was showing up to the classes, so they started to charge $50 a month for the class. All of a sudden, people were showing up. So free has the connotation of being cheap. And that's the last thing a woman who is seriously looking for, who is looking for a serious partner, that's the last thing she wants to be attached to is cheap. So, that's that. Now, paid sites can get high tech, sleazeballs as well. You just because you pay doesn't mean you're not going to get players and guys who just want to use you. Maybe depending on the site you're on, maybe they just like that site and they don't mind paying because they have the money and they realize maybe the girls are prettier or there's more options or something. So just keep that in mind. Pay doesn't necessarily mean you've hit the jackpot and you no longer have to worry about this kind of stuff. It will be there. Free websites. Christelyn once again is correct in this. You're going to get sort of lowbrow type of conversations. You're probably going to get more of it just because it's free. You're going to have people, even if they have money, they don't feel like they should have to pay for it. So you're going to have to do a lot more weeding out. Doesn't mean you can't find cool people on there. Everyone likes something that's free. Whether they're good or bad, whether they're sleazy or not, everyone likes free. Can't go wrong with free. So a couple more points here I want to make in reference to white men and black women. There's a lot more internet porn out there, and for the record, I don't view porn, but I know of this. I've heard someone talking about it in another video. There's a lot more internet porn out there involving white men and black women. So let me just throw out a statistic here. The last I heard, the internet, in terms of online porn viewership and streaming, 67% of the internet was driven by the adult entertainment industry. Okay, the adult entertainment industry drives culture, drives sexual culture. It drives a lot of things that people do in the bedroom. It drives a lot. Okay, remember there was an article, I think it was in England. A lot of the young women were complaining that young men didn't even want to kiss them during sexual activity. They just wanted to, basically they were mirroring what they saw in porn. There's a certain type of porn where it's just like, they get right to the point. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen porn before in the past, but I don't look at porn anymore. It's been years since I've looked at that. But so I think when it comes to white men who are just expecting a hookup with a black woman, it's about experimentation. It's about let me see what this is about. Let me see what she's about. And you're gonna have guys like that who are just curious because they're watching porn. And if you're a black woman and you're listening to this and you notice that you're getting hit on by a lot more white guys, it could be because of this. So just keep that in mind. That's, you have internet porn to thank for that. Well, anyway, that's pretty much all the comments I had on this. this topic. If you're a first time listener, definitely go ahead and subscribe. If you like what you heard and you know someone that needs to hear this, definitely share. And I'm out.